nation! No donation, no salvation!
And remember, respect is everything.
Good evening, or morning, or whatever time it is you're watching this. I don't know. But we are back, and today we're going to look at Ironhide and Ratchet, because you see, we have been reviewing a bunch of Decepticons recently, and I decided we need some more Autobots in this roster, and let's do some more iconic characters, since I've pretty much got all my miscellaneous characters out of the way for the most part. And, I figured it'd be fitting to introduce some muscle into the team, since that's pretty much what Ironhide and Ratchet... Well, I mean, Ratchet's more of a medic, but let's get to the point. I've been wanting to review these two for a while now, but I've been really been trying to perfect them to really fit in my needs, for say. And, yes, we have the road tiles back, because they actually look really nice, and they're very shiny, and it's a lot better than my dirty tablecloth, which I still need to clean. Although, to be honest, it's pretty much beaten to hell at this point, and really need to get a new one, and hopefully something easier to clean, but anyway. So as you can see, they're very G1 inspired, but they're completely different vehicles from their G1 counterparts. As you can see, Ironhide is a much beefier van, and Ratchet here is based off of the ambulance Hummer from the 2007 film. He's just more G1 styled, in a sense. So I know the titles say G1, but that's mostly in referring to the inspiration, not necessarily their actual figures. So I guess you could say I clickbaited a bit, but who hasn't these days? But yeah, let's look at the vehicles in closer detail, and yeah, so let's get my turntable for this. So here's a closer look at Ironhide's vehicle form, which yeah, let's get the obvious references out of the way. Yeah, he's pretty much based on the A-Team van. I'm not going to deny it. It's something that I've thought about for a long time. And, I've always felt Ironhide should have been a much beefier vehicle than what he actually was in G1. Because, believe it or not, the van he was in G1 wasn't even American. And yet they portray him as the most American character in the entire cast, which I think is hilarious. But regardless, here he is in his van form, which is heavily inspired by the A-Team van. Which, hey, I'm cool with that. I think vans are awesome. Both the vehicle and the shoe brand. That's not a plug. I am not sponsored by them. Please, for the love of God, do not shoot me. But, yeah, so there's a good look at Ironhide's vehicle form. I tried to do the best I could to cover all these little holes and whatnot, but, I mean, at the end of the day, I can only do so much. And, yeah, he's got a big, beefy, color-matched ram guard. I probably should have made it black or something so that it doesn't blend into the front. Either way, I like it. Anyway, here's Ratchet's vehicle form, which is pretty much based off that, it's supposed to be that Hummer, that ambulance Hummer from the 2007 Transformers film, which, I know I say a lot of crap about those films, but that first film, as long as, at the end of the day, it's just cheap entertainment, and, they were good fun. As long as you don't acknowledge the source material, then those movies are god-awful, but, it is what it is. I like them for what they are. I just don't acknowledge them as, the source material to a degree. But, yeah, here's his vehicle form. I've probably rambled on enough about it, and, yeah, I like it. Alright, now that we've looked at the vehicle forms, let's get to transformation. Alright, we're going to start with Ironhide, since he's the beefier of the two. Although we'll put Ratchet back here, just so that he looks important. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to rotate this up. I think this folds down. Yes, it does. Okay. And then we're going to fold this around, and then that'll just sit there like that. But yeah, yeah, we'll just leave it like that for now. Next, we're going to rotate his legs out. Oop, hold on. Let's move the arms out. Arms are pretty much the same as all my car bots, so yeah, let's just not even waste time with those. So yeah, fold those out. Yes, fold his feet down, rotate him around, make sure you can see that, and then we shall push this crotch thing up. I mostly put that there just so that it doesn't leave this exposed ball peg thing, which is in a very unfortunate spot. That, and it also adds some level of transformation as well. Next, we're going to split the legs. I think I just popped something off of the back of him, but we'll fix that in a second. I'm trying to figure out what it was. Oh, it was this thing. And it didn't even fall off yet, so we'll just say it never happened. You can't see anything. Let me tilt the camera up a bit. But, I mean, aside from that, he's pretty much done. And, oop. Stand up, you. But yeah, there's Ironhide. So, if you're new to this channel, you should know that my Transformers are done in a sort of semi-G1 / kind of anime style. Kind of like animated, but not as over the top. Yeah, there's Ironhide. And he looks good. Let's get to Ratchet before we move on to anything else. Alright. So for Ratchet, he's a little more simple. Just spread the legs out. Take this hood and pretty much just fold it back. I like to leave it to the side. I would have done it more flush, but then it messes with the shoulder articulation. So I just leave it like that. In a, I guess, vertical stance. Rotate the arms out. And yeah. Again, these are very similar to my car bots. They're just much bigger. And just stand them up. Spread the legs out a bit. And you want to lean him forward a bit because he's got such huge feet. And he's not as back heavy as Ironhide, but he still has some trouble standing at times. But yeah, here's Ironhide and Ratchet in their robot modes. So yeah, I think they turned out pretty good. He has clear blue eyes. They're just not showing up very well for some reason. That's why I'm still debating if I should go back on all my figures and put color eyes instead, because they, they don't look as good in most lighting. Because, let me explain the situation here. I prefer color eyes because it's just a solid color and they don't look as dead. The problem with the clear eyes is that whatever color is behind it may not be bright enough to actually show through. So, I mean, normally when I build these, I leave them as is, and I'm just done with them once they're built. But, yeah. Let's move on to accessories before we waste any more time with other mindless nonsense. So let's see. For Ratchet, we have a little pistol thing, a welding device, and what else did we have? I think we had another pistol, but I don't know where it is at the moment. For Ironhide, we have his regular blaster. It's a little different than the G1 version, though, just because, it's whatever. We have another blaster for Ironhide, more kind of like it's more like a rifle sort of thing, like a little mini rifle. I don't know why. I like the look of this one. It's kind of like a backwards AK-47 or some kind of weird, like concept gun. Anyway, we have this other blaster. Yeah, I just kind of grabbed a bunch of blasters from my weapons box and just kind of threw them in here as extra. Another blaster. Whatever, let's just demonstrate. I'm sorry, I'm getting carried away here. Where's Ratchet's tool thing? So, for Ratchet, you want to plug his thing into his hand. So now he can weld Autobots back together when they get blown to pieces. Kind of like Swindler in that one accident he had where Wheeljack felt the need to test out a nitro pack that didn't go very well. And, well, if you've never seen the Swindler review, we'll roll that clip now. Okay, he's fine. We got him back together. I guess Ratchet may have missed a few spots when we welded him back together after that horrendous explosion he was in.
Insane stunt bonus!
Yeah, anyway, here's Ironhide's pistol, which is a little bigger than the actual gun was, but hey, I can live with that. Plug that in, and plug this one in. Yeah, now he's dual wielding like he never did in G1. Such a missed opportunity. Oh wait, I think this handle here is backwards. Or the gun's upside down. Some of my Transformers, the way they hold their weapons, they have to be upside down or vertical, but it's whatever. There's another blaster, but yeah. So there's Ratchet with his accessories, which are really nothing special, but I figured I'd include them anyway. I'm really happy with how this welding thing came out. It's very symmetrical. And as for Ironhide, we have one more accessory for him. that I think is kind of cool because it's cool. Now this is Ironhide. I always treat him like he was the commando of the Autobots, so we need to give him a very overcompensating, very large commando-like weapon. So we're going to go full Arnold Schwarzenegger mode, and here's this big giant gun thing. And it'll just plug in like that. As he topples over and tries to die. Like he did in G1, but this isn't G1. It's my own little universe of Transformers, so none of that applies. At least until I actually release the story. If I ever do. Or who knows, maybe I'll just animate the whole thing instead of trying to go through the effort of making a comic for it, because I'm not the best artist. But yeah, I hope you all enjoyed, and you all have a good one.
Hallelujah! Another soul saved!